My name is Houstin Lichtenwalner. Michael Crosley and I farm together. We have been farming together for probably the last 40 years or so. We each own our own equipment, but we split the cost on the rented land and all the inputs, and then we share the crops. We're part-time farmers, and we farm in the hills here in eastern Pennsylvania. We travel probably 10 miles from end to end, and it's a lot of small farms, anything from 10 to 50 acres in size, and it's very little flat ground. I retired 5 years ago from PPL, and since then we've been able to change our management style and pay a lot more attention to detail. We can take more time, like for planning, and we can do things when they should be done instead of when our time is allotted for it. Our corn is grown commercially, but our soybeans and wheat is grown for seed for Seedway. They furnish the seed that they want us to plant, and then that seed is returned to Seedway for distribution, for cleaning and processing, and for distribution the following year. The standards are a lot higher. The state comes in and inspects the field for purity as far as what weeds are grown and what diseases is on the crops, and it's a little more challenging, yes, but it works out. There's just too much money tied up to have everything at risk, so we basically go with crop insurance because I mean, if we'd have a crop failure, that would be the end of it. Even though we are not totally full-time farmers, you still can't afford to capture all that risk by yourself. I was born here, I was raised here. I've always been farming. I've been driving tractors since I'm 6 or 7 years old, and because my dad worked someplace else, so I was responsible for a lot of the farm work when I was a kid and that, and I just always enjoyed it and figured it was a good life. And one of my sons is doing the same thing that I did. In fact, he is raising hogs, and he and his wife are living down on the farm. He basically has been raised around machinery, and I think my son started driving tractor actually at an earlier age than what I did. Most people don't understand what it takes to get their loaf of bread, or their tomatoes, or their milk, or their beef, or their pork, and the work and the smells and the conditions that go along with that. And they think you go to the store and buy it and it just shows up.